many times did you walk cross country?
All of half a dozen times. Anyhow, yeah, on foot. And I got a lot of rides at times, but I didn't put my thumb out.
Never?
Unless I was in an area where you couldn't walk, and you had to get a ride.
Where it wasn't legal to be walking on the highway.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And lots of times I was in areas where I wound up on a highway and I wanted to keep moving, and I took a chance and just walked fast and kept my eyes open looking around. And I usually got away with it a lot. I don't think I remember getting bothered about that.
Were you dressed in robes?
I was wearing robes at that time. I couldn't.
And your hair was long?
Yeah, my hair was long, yeah.
What time period? What year was this?
That is, I went to Chicago 15 years. From Chicago, I came to California. I walked all the way from Boston from Chelsea into Charlestown. Out on there's some highway there, 90.
Going west from
95,
Boston.
going west from Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyhow, I walked, and sometimes someone would stop and give me a lift, but most of the time I was always walking. I don't like to put my hand up. I don't want to call attention to myself, and it might be illegal. And a lot of very high quality people stop and give me a lift. Millionaires, women, girls, old ladies, old men, policemen, undercover FBI agents, undercover policewoman with a gun in the compartment to her side, and the camera on the left fender. Oh, I know it. Waiting for you to make my move, checking people out along the highway. I always know enough when you're around the police to hold your hand in front of you. Because it's very, if you get stopped on the road, and a policeman's coming over, he's always very careful, because people come out firing.
Yeah.
And when he sees your hands up on the steering wheel, right away puts him at peace. And you open your window, you're not hiding because it was partly closed, maybe up to something, shoe or whatever, and close it fast. Open it all the way, grab your hand, and then you're already got on the good side.
And say, officer or sir.
Yeah, and don't overdo it, because when you're over nice, they get suspicious you've done something wrong. You're carrying, you're trying to be too much nice to me. But you be courteous, but with a certain amount of you own yourself too.
Yeah. So you were 19 when you first started walking.
Yeah.
Now, if you were doing that in India, it would be very easy because people are used to sadhus. But you were in America, where no one understands about sadhus. And this was what was the year?
Oh, that was and then when I was in my 20s, I went to Chicago to live, and from Chicago I was 35 years old, and I said, well, I think I want to be a holy man. I think I'm going to go to India. And I walked thousands of miles. And I got to the ocean in Santa Monica. I had a vague idea of walking to India, but I couldn't walk no more. That's how I wound up in California. Now I'm going to catch the plane and finally get there. Yeah, I walked everywhere. I walked. My legs were so. Yeah, it's harder in the West. My legs were so sore sometimes. My hips, I could only shuffle a few inches, and I would stumble into the woods.
How many miles a day would you walk?
Collapse on the ground and sleep.
How many miles a day?
Easy 30, 40 miles. Once I did about 60 miles. I was really sore. Yeah, usually about 30, 40 miles. I can walk a lot. Generally about 30 easy anyhow. Oh yeah, I just keep walking, and I never get tired. I don't walk too fast, I don't walk too slow, I just walk normal like I'm walking.
Yeah. The only other person I know about...
I never get tired, from morning till night, even into the night 3 or 4 hours sometimes.
Yeah. Peace Pilgrim was the only other person that
I passed her twice. When she first started out, and when she ended, before she was killed in a car crash. she was on the left-hand side of the road coming this way, and I was going that way. And we were both keeping silent, so we didn't say anything.
She's like the female American Sadhu, wandering Sadhu, and you're the male American wandering Sadhu.
Yeah, I saw her in Boston Common. She had just walked from California. And all the photographers around here talking and snapping pictures and everything. And then here she is again, coming down the road, down the highway. I'm on the right, she's on the left, she's passing me. Then I heard she got killed in a car crash. I saw her in the beginning of the journey, and at the end.
I think it would be hard to do what you did now, because people are much more suspicious.
Much more suspicious. That's why I said authoritarian.
And more afraid.
Culture
people are more afraid.
Yeah, they're more uptight now.
Yeah.
Knowing the crime, the drugs, and the wars, and all over the world.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by I don't mean to strike a negative note and pull you down, but you got to lend cognizance to a certain amount of reality, in the sense of recognizing it, not to get emotionally involved, crazy over it, but just in the sense of jnana, wisdom.
When you were doing all the walking, why were you doing the walking?
I wanted to do tapas. Good question. Good question. Good question. I wanted to do tapas. I wanted to go to Asia.
So you actually had a concept of what tapas was?
Yes.
How did you learn about that? From
I read
books?
books on yoga, right.
You read books?
Right. Even as a kid, when I saw pictures of swamis in the books, in Hindus, Hindoos, these mysterious.
Many people in the West read books from the East, but they may not know about tapas or the value of tapas, and they certainly don't have an idea in their mind that they want to do tapas.
I knew about that. I was aware. I was intellectual type, creative. I wrote poetry.
Maybe it was also a past life memory that you had done tapas. In previous incarnations.
Right. I was constantly doing tapas. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it with the attitude. That's very important. You don't just say, I walked. You'll get nowhere. What did you walk for? And I did it with the idea this is so I could advance in consciousness in yoga. I was doing tapas. And I didn't know a lot of other yogic things that I could do because I didn't have the teachers and whatever in the physical anyhow.
But you knew about silence, about maintaining silence.
I knew about silence because I knew once I didn't speak, that there would be no confusion or error or disagreement with anybody. Everybody loved me on the beach. The black people, the white people, everybody. Extremely, they told me. Lieutenant, they told me. Because I never interfered or criticized or condemned anyone else's path. I didn't talk about those things. I didn't talk to walk. I walked to talk. I did it. I never talked about religion. I never talked about it. I just did it. Some talk and they don't do. And some don't talk, but they do. So that's what I did. And so, it was always with the idea of doing tapas, of raising my, I'm doing sadhana, I'm doing something. I want to advance. That's why I did it,